Welcome to the NCAA Division II Volleyball Pre-Championship Press Conference. Today we are joined by 5th-seeded Wingate University, winners of the Southeast region. Wingate makes their 8th overall and 2nd straight appearance in the Division II volleyball quarterfinal round. The Bulldogs enter tomorrow's match with a record of 31-1. We are joined today by head coach Lauren Tekavec and student athletes Maddie Hoffman and Sydney Morland. We will begin today with an opening statement from Coach Tekavec and then open it up for questions. Coach?
I think that we're just really excited to be back. I think any opportunity that we have to play as a group and continue to compete is exciting. And, we have a really strong, senior class and a lot of leadership and maturity on the team from a group of people who this will be their 3rd time experiencing this. And so that's just really exciting to have that, experience and that, maturity.
Open it up for questions.
Sure. Maddie, you were literally here last year. What is it like sort of returning to a place the first time around? Was it like completely new, whatever, and now you guys, does it feel like it's old hat, or is it helpful at all?
I think we've definitely talked about this because it is real. We've been here before, and it is so exciting. And I think, being able to have already been on this court and, know the lighting, know, the in and outs and stuff like that is, I feel like, an advantage. And we really are taking advantage of being here before. And I think we talk a lot about, bouncing back. And, it is so exciting to be here and get to, bounce back. And so we just are very excited to be back. And we love this gym. It's beautiful. And we're, so grateful. And so we're very excited.
Sydney, you guys, obviously, last time we were here, you lost. Your season ended. But clearly it didn't slow you down. But this year, 31-1. What did you guys kind of carry forward? Or how's this year's team maybe different than last year's team?
Yeah, I think for us, we had a conversation at the beginning of the year about, new team, a lot of returners, but it's still, a completely different culture you have to build with these new people. And I think the culture that, we articulated this year was very much, we focused tons on bounce back, kind of like Hoff mentioned before, and also just, being able to be clutch in the right moments and stuff like that. And I think that's something we've emphasized all year, and we're working to carry into this tournament, obviously. So, yeah.
Coach, you mentioned now being here three times. Every program wants that kind of success. What does your program do that has allowed it to have that kind of repeat success the last few years?
I think that we just have a really high standard in a lot of aspects of our program, but also practice. So sometimes I'll say, we don't win just because Wingate's on our jersey. We win because we have a higher expectation and a higher demand, and it comes from the players. So a lot of times in practice, we'll do a drill, and if they're not satisfied, mostly this one, we'll be like, that wasn't good enough, we're doing it again. And, they just constantly, sometimes in practice I have to be like, that was actually okay. We got to move on, or it's all right, we can try again tomorrow. But they demand excellence, and if there's a ball that's not getting dug, they stop, they talk about it, they'll talk to the person, and then the next drill, it's up. And so there's just a really high standard and a high level of communication. But it comes from them just being really hungry and really competitive, and they want to do good things, and they know that that's the process to get there.
Maddie, we were talking before they turned on the cameras, just what your experience is here, the travel and the community engagement, there's a banquet and things like that. Most fans don't get to see the behind-the-scenes stuff that goes into a trip like this, but talk about that part of the experience. And just kind of what it adds to this not just being another match.
Yeah, I think honestly, obviously we come here to play volleyball and we love playing volleyball, but it's the things outside of the game that really make it the most memorable of even back to my freshman year. The things I remember most are what we did off the court and building those memories. So again, the community engagement, I remember every single year what I did, who I was with, what we did in each setting, and the banquets, those are it was so fun last year, and so we're super excited for tonight. And then my freshman year, it was the festival year, so that came with its own stuff too, which was really cool. So every year it is so fun, and that's where you make your memories and you bond with your teammates. And so I love all the extra stuff that everyone does to make it even more special beyond the volleyball aspect. Even coming into practice and getting your swag bag, we get so excited about that stuff, and so we're just very grateful that you guys have given that to us and stuff like that. So yeah.
Coach, you've got a 31-1 record. That loss came early in the season. Can you just talk about your progression as a team this year, also handling that pressure of success as you've continued to progress?
Yeah, I think the loss at the beginning of the year was actually like really, really nice. It happened really early, and I think it kind of was a little bit of a wake-up call of, we had all this talk in the spring about making sure that we got back here, and I think that was a moment of, hey, that's 3 months away. We got to focus on the now. And after that, it was like focusing on the now, just getting slightly better in practice every day, making sure we take care of the next opponent. And then it kind of just felt like all of a sudden we were at regionals and we were like, oh, wow, that kind of snuck up on us. So it kind of like deflated the pressure a little bit, just to focus one at a time. And then to just have that loss, then we didn't have to be perfect the rest of the year. We already had that moment. So that was good.
Sydney, what would you say you enjoy most about playing with this team?
Definitely the girls. I just every single day I feel like I go into practice and I'm just surrounded by so much love, and these girls especially, I really look forward to seeing them every single day. Even if you've had a hard day at school, which is every college girl's life, you come to practice and you're just I get to go play volleyball with all these people that I care about so much, and I can feel just how much they care about me, and I think that's been the specialist part about being part of this team. So.
And then last question, Maddie, as a senior, what does it mean to be back here?
Yeah, obviously getting to play extra volleyball as a senior is so great. You're so grateful. That's what you want. Is you never want it to be your last game. So I feel like being back here is really special because we get to do it one last time, and I can't really talk too much about it because I'll get emotional, but I'm very grateful to be back. So, yeah.
Thank you. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.